They taught me the world only makes sense if you force it to.
Needed to help bring the men who murdered his family to justice.
So he could turn out like you?
So that he wouldn't.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose, I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the DC fan set that I have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. I love this logo, and by the way, I'm glad DC went back to it. I love it. So, Detective Comics 586 from 1988. This was going on concurrently as the Jim Starlin run was going on. This is part 2. I have a playlist of this story on my Batman, so feel free to check it out. I got quite a few stories in there. Great cover by Norm Breyfogle. He is doing the entire art. So John Wagner and Alan Grant are the writers. Although it was Alan Grant. There's a story behind this. They were both British, and John Wagner wasn't really writing. Alan Grant was, but he didn't think it would sell without John Wagner in there. They both did Judge Dredd. Norm Breyfogle is doing the pencils and the inkings by himself with Todd Klein as the letterer, one of the best letterers in comic books, and Dennis O'Neil is the editor at this time. So the Ratcatcher didn't really, they were creating a couple villains, and Scarface was the most famous one that they created, but they tried to do different other villains, and some took, some didn't, but alright, so Ratcatcher says, I'm fleshing you away, Batman, up on the streets. You may be the Dark Knight, but this is the domain of the Ratcatcher, and down here you're just so much sewage. So alright, and so the water, filthy, disgusting, sewage water. So that's Batman down the pan, eh, boys? He'll not be bothering us again. And so you can see the Ratcatcher walking away here. But what about the sneaky judge escaping like that? Tisk. What damage has he done? What about the other prisoners? Yes, the others better check them. So he's going to go take a look here. And so here, they're kind of talking here. This guy here says, wasn't my fault, I was weighing cheese. I only said what I saw. The other guy says, shut up, buddy. You hear something? And this guy says, no. Yes, I do. Someone's coming, he says here. And you can hear the splish, 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 splish. So, funny old thing's eyes. A man's got to trust him, And the other guy says, damn you, I said, shut up. The judge, he must have made it. He's brought help. Let it be him, please. What are you pleasing about, Connick? No, says the other guy, as we have the Ratcatcher. Pleased to see me? Well, I wouldn't be. For I'm not in the best of humors. Meaning best of moods. Probably a British saying here. And if it's the runner you're pleasing for, forget it. Judge High and Mighty Hogan's dead. He bit off more than he could chew, he says here. But not more than you could chew, boys? Damn you, blast you, Ratcatcher. Will you never let us out of here? And it's kind of funny. He says blast you and damn at the same time. Normally blast is instead of saying damn, but weird. You got it in one, Mr. Connick, sir. Never. Here you are, and here you will stay till the end of your natural life. And he hits his hand here on the rails. And so we're in the police precinct here. Sorry to drag you out of bed at this time of night, Commissioner, but I thought you'd want to know about this. It's kind of funny. The police commissioner being so involved. It's like that show Blue Bloods. It's like, really? You're the commissioner. You're in charge of, like, everything, and you're gonna do, like, detective duty, too? Um, and so the coroner says Judge Wyatt Hogan, formerly senior judge at Gotham Criminal Court, disappeared 5 years ago, left for home one night, and hasn't been seen since until now. And Gordon says, Commissioner, how the devil did he get himself in this state? And the coroner says, I wouldn't touch him, Commissioner. He's crawling. He's badly infested with lice and fleas. There's some kind of fungus growing out of his skin. His clothes are heavily contaminated with effluent. And this cop here says, we found him down on Blocker, sir. Seems he stumbled on an arms deal the Batman was busting. One of the perps says he was covered from head to foot in rats. And the commissioner says, rats? And the cop says, we found a trail of blood leading back to a sewer axis. My guess is he's been living down there. High and mighty Hogan? I find it hard to believe, officer. And Gordon says, you better take a look. Organize a search party. Get into the night supervisor at sanitation. You'll need one of his workers, someone who knows the sewers. And then he says, keep me informed. So I like Norm Breyfogle. I think he was very fun. I have his entire run on Batman. So I have a soft spot for these stories. And so Gordon goes to the rooftops here, and he thinks here, I always figured Hogan had wound up under some freeway. A judge makes enemies, but this... And then he continues, strange. And then, of course, he turns on the bat signal, and he keeps thinking, Batman was on the scene. Maybe he can shed some light on it, because, hey, why do detective work yourself? So dependent on the Batman. But Batman is currently indisposed of, because here he is in the sewer here, badly hurt from that explosion here. And so here come the cops with the sanitation department. This is Nat Davino. He'll be your guide down there. Stay close to him, he says. Keep your face mask at all time. Human waste can give us some pretty noxious gases. It's poor Batman. Look at this poop in his... Oh, it's just disgusting. Batman should be dead. And the guy's like, whew, you're not joking. And so down they go. And here they see the rats here. And this guy here says, this is all I need to make the night complete. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner, he says. And so Batman begins to wake up here. And look at this. He's like, oh, I got poop on my face. And he barfs. I actually do believe this is what he would do. So, and he finally goes, the Ratcatcher. So, prisoner one, chow time. He bring them rats, and he goes, only one. And lucky you be getting it, Mr. Connick, sir. Good fare packed with protein. When I think of all the times you had me on bread and water, me, an innocent man. So, and the other guy's like, innocent my foot, Flanagan. We had you cold. Your prints on the knife. Eyewitnesses, everything. And he says, it was just a foul homicide. He made insulting remarks, said I stank like an Ohio outhouse. And nobody says that to me, even if it is true. Half a pound, it was the best, it was best cheddar. I only said what I saw. And Ratcatcher says, that you did, buddy boy, and now you're paying dearly for your interfering observation. So, once again, the people in Gotham City are nuts. So, and so the rats go to him, and he's like, what is this? You're on a high state of agitation, boys, and that's a fact. What's the cause? And so they're taking him to him because, hey, why not here? So then we got Batman coming through, and he's like, others, Ratcatchers, sent the others down here. I can't leave them alone, he says here. This should be white. I believe this is his teeth, but they colored it blue. So, And he tosses this. Torch is gone. Only one flare left, but I need to get my bearings. And so suddenly, whoosh! And so, tunnel repairs. And then splish, splish, splish. Gasoline for the compressor. This stacking ought to do it. And so, he's going to make a torch. Norm Breyfogle is the best Batman. I don't think he would be quite as good. Or I think his style is very much perfect for Batman. Think of Chris Samney before Chris Samney. I know that Chris Samney is plays with a little bit more blacks and stuff like that, but that's kind of what I think. I think he's just. I think all superheroes are probably good. He would like Superman, perhaps, but Batman, I think, is the one character that I think he is best suited for, and I'm glad that is what they sort of decided to go with him. So Batman says, "Don't know how long the torch will last. Better take this with me." So he's gonna take the gasoline here, and then he hears the whistle, and here come the rats. They're gonna attack all these people, and look at the size of these rats. They look like dogs, and so they're like, "Uh-oh, something stirred them up." The rat, no, this isn't the Ratcatcher. "Stand still, they won't bother us. Rats are scavengers. They only attack when they're cornered. But these aren't normal rats. So look at him. Neek!" And so gets on this guy, starts attacking him. "Look out, they're going crazy. Holy mother, get them off me." And it starts attacking him. "Use your guns." And so they shoot a couple of them. There's too many of them. And here comes Batman, and now this one is biting him, and so he shoots it. And like, it's wasting bullets. And so they're completely killing that poor guy. So off they go. And "Mr. Waller, Commissioner Gordon's on the line for you," says this cop here. And Gordon with his legs up. He seems out of character. "There's something bothering me about this. You're the expert, Waller. You ever known rats to attack a person in a pack?" And he says, "No, can't say I have. We got a odd case of rat bite, but generally they shy away from humans." And he says, "What would make them go for Hogan like that?" And he's like, "I don't know, Miss Commissioner. Weirdest thing I ever heard. The department used to have a Ratcatcher, Flanagan, his name. He claimed he could train rats to attack. Didn't believe him, of course. Guy was around the bend. Say, there's a coincidence. Flanagan was sent to the pen, for about 15 years ago. Murdered, stabbed a man in the street brawl." That would be manslaughter, not murder. "And you know the name of the judge who sent him away?" And of course the commissioner knows, because hey, why wouldn't you know all about a random a random act in Gotham, which apparently gets so many. And he of course says, "Wyatt Hogan." And so Batman sees this light here. "Bad news, inmate. Prison's closing down. We've been rumbled," says the Ratcatcher. "You boys are taking care of them, but there'll be more. You mark my words. This is it, Flanagan. You're through. They're gonna lock you away for the rest of your life." And Ratcatcher says, "Sorry to disappoint you, Sergeant Bellows, sir, but no one's locking me away ever again. Down here's my territory. They'll never find me." And so this guy's like, "My eyes, my eyes." And the Ratcatcher says, "Hurting you again. Are they, buddy boy? Well, never mind. I've decided to exercise a little clemency." And he's like, "You're letting us go?" "Not exactly. I'm putting you out of your misery." So, hey. And so here comes Batman, and he finds that poor guy dead, and now they are going to go on Batman. I love this part. I love the cape. Just, God, he is such a good artist. Rest in peace, by the way, Norm Breyfogle. So, this rat here. I'm gonna attack Batman from above. So Batman takes care of this rat. And he goes, "I didn't do too well against them last time, but I'm in no condition for a rematch, and so got to get this over quick. So he throws the gasoline and tosses the fire and kills the poor rats. So, neek. Oh, so, all right. Cornelius Budd, by the power invested in me by the Gotham Sanitation Department, I hereby sentence you to death. And so, blam. And so Batman, of course, hears the shots here, multiple of them. So, and back at headquarters here, you were right about Flanagan, Commissioner. He was released from the state pen 5 years ago, just 2 months before the Judge Hogan's disappearance. But get this, the guy at the pen said something interesting about a month after Hogan went. One of their wardens, Stanley Connick, also vanished into thin air. So I checked a little deeper. Sam Bellow, the arresting officer, Cornelius Budd, prosecution's star witness. They disappeared within weeks of Connick. As isolated events, we never connected them, but... And then, of course, Commissioner now figures it out here. And this other cop says, Commissioner Straub, that would be him. We've had to call off the search. The sanitation guy, Davino, the rats got him, hundreds of them. And the commissioner's like, I'm on my way. Again, why? But anyway, here comes Batman. The shots came from here. And this guy's like, this is cold-blooded murder, Flanagan. Far from it, Sergeant. It's execution. Execution. All legal and proper, he says. Don't think it gives me any pleasure, though. You deserve worse, much worse. You deserve to molder down here until your flesh rots and your bones crumble for what you did to me. But your friend the judge has left me no choice. Sergeant Sam Bellow, and then he's about to do the same thing that he's going to sentence him. And so Batman yells, Ratcatcher, of course, Batman. And so here he comes. Very nice. Norm Breyfogle, like I said, this was sort of his first shot at the big times. So good panel. The inks here aren't quite. Could have been a little better, but it does seem a little rushed here. But still looks really nice here. Still alive. Well, I'll soon remedy that, he says here. So. And so he shoots, but he, of course, misses Batman here. And you can see him grabbing this thing here and the chair. And then he tosses this at him. So it looks like it's a rat trap. Of course, hits him in the hand here. He drops the gun. Now, care to tell me what's going on here? And this guy's like, he's mad, Batman. Bellow, Sergeant Sam Bellow, 14th prison. He's had us locked up here for years. And the Ratcatcher says, this is what they deserve. They locked me away, treated me like dirt, but told lies about me. But I showed them. I'm the Ratcatcher, and I caught them like the rats they are. I made them pay, just like you're going to pay for your interference, Batman. And he, of course, calls his rats. Come on, boys. Where are you? Your old friend needs you. And, of course, Batman killed all the rats here. Save your breath. Your boys have had their last meal, and you've taken your last prisoners, as he continues to call them. And Batman just punches him. During the 80s, Batman spent a lot of time in the sewers. I have covered Batman the Cult by Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson. It's on that Batman playlist. Feel free to check that out as well. So this guy's like, we're going to have to do this and do that. And he's like, something's coming. And everybody pulls out their guns here. And Batman, Evening Jim. I absolutely love this here. Oh, fresh hair. You don't know what it's like. And so he's like, officer, call my wife and this and that. And so here they finally have the Ratcatcher. All this for revenge. Incredible how madness can lead a man to the depth of depravity. And we could have been caught in the Ratcatcher's trap forever if it hadn't been for Batman, he says. But of course, Batman has disappeared. And he's like, I better head to the clinic and get Leslie to treat the wound. And this rat's like, eek. He's like, no thanks, pal. One rat fight tonight's more than enough. And so, the end. So, I've gotten now the 2 parts. I don't know. I like it. I like this era of Batman. I like Norm Breyfogle. So I hope you enjoyed this. So Detective Comics 586. John Wagner, Alan Grant writers, Norm Breyfogle art. Like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.